Alright, so Tower of Disaster is here. This is a nerfed down version of Tower of Trials with some lesser rewards, but much easier to beat. No gems on this one, unfortunately. Of course, Tower of Trials, if you see, you get like 50 gems, but you do get a bunch of coins. You get some, anvils and hammers. So it's still it's a side mode, right? It's not the actual Tower of Trials. It's just a side mode that resembles Tower of Trials. So as like a separate game mode, I think it's really good. Remember when this came out on JP? It was pretty controversial because we thought this was Tower of Trials, and we're like, why are the rewards so bad? But this is like a side mode. And yeah, it's pretty easy. We're doing the piercing here. You could replace, my boy with Hauser, and you should be fine. But you can beat this super easily. Remember, I was like, why is it so easy? But again, it's just a side game mode. I guess I just wanted to put in for new players and stuff, because I don't exactly recall when if this came out on JP at a time where there was like a celebration for new players and stuff, because that's when they usually make these like easy game modes. That's when they want to bring in new people and stuff. They make like easy game modes that have like decent rewards, so that new players that come for the celebration actually have a shot of beating them. I mean, this one, I don't think if you're a new player, like brand new player, you'll be able to beat it, just because it still holds some difficulty. But I mean, if you play for a month, right? In a month, if you play the game for a month, you definitely can beat this. If you just summon for the new banner, Sauriel can definitely help you beat this and stuff. So yeah, the Pierce team should be fine. Just as like a fast team to beat this. The only thing is that it will take a little while. It might take us like 40 minutes or something, just because... Oh, is this the map that you... There's always a map that you don't get Pierce. Is it this one? I don't know. But there's always a map you don't get Pierce. See the damage? I mean, this is floor too, but... It doesn't get that much higher than this. I don't remember exactly what team I used when she beat us the first time. Let me actually... look up here. Yeah, let's just beat this real quick. I want to look up what was the team I used to beat this. Tower of Disaster. My channel here. Oh yeah, I used Lost Vein, Shin, Lucio. Was it the team? Yeah, Lost Vein, Shin, Lucio. I mean, there's no point to using Lucio because his passive doesn't work in PvE. I don't know why I was using him. That was the team I used. I mean, Shen's really good. I do recommend using Shen. If you don't have Rugal, just use Shen. Man, that was, when was this? September, this came out on GP. It's been a few months. Well, sometimes you don't even like think about how long it's been since something came out in the other version. Like, it's been like almost 6 months since the Bond Super Boss came out on JP. And we still don't have it on global. Yeah, that was the map that you don't have Pierce. That's why my units didn't hit nearly as hard as this floor, even though this is a floor superior. Yeah, Super Boss Bond has been almost 6 months since it's released on JP. And it's funny because Sauriel and Tarmiel released like what, 2 months ago? No, it's been more than that for sure. They released way before the one, so it's been way before that, because the one has come out a month and a half ago, I think, or even 2 months ago maybe. Yeah, it's a month and a half ago, I think. It released end of November, the one. Okay, let me I'm gonna actually look up when did Sauriel and Tarmiel come on GP. It was October, end of October, basically beginning of November. So it's been like 2 months and a half since Sauriel and Tarmiel came out on JP, and it's already on global. While activities like Super Boss Bond, it's been almost 6 months and it's still not on global. I don't know why their release schedule is really weird. For units, it's been like so much faster than actual content. It's really interesting. But to be fair, it's because all these like content drops, like this one, they usually last for a month. So they can't just release like too much content at once, or else it's too much, right? Or else you can't release too much content, or else people won't be able to beat everything, you know? And they'll miss out. That's the thing. But yeah, it's because of the rush to get both units together. Which I think if they did, get both, did I hear units? I meant both games, like, connected. If they had both global JP and Korea all connected, that'd actually be pretty cool. I think that it would be very good for the health of the game. But if they do that, that might take a few more months. Do they also have like a reduced to Pierce in this map? Let me see. Oh, significant attack reduction. Damn, it's like 50%. Melee should be doing like no damage here. Ah, still did some. But that was a big attack reduction. Yeah, these stages will be just mostly, you know, do a few attacks with the AoEs and be done. I could have brought Shin. Shin's oh, actually, I don't have Shin on global. Huh. Shin's really good for PvE. Really like that guy. I think this released on JP not so long after Shin came out, did it? I don't remember. Shin was like as I recall, was the only banner to ever have refunds as well. Shin's banner on, I don't recall if Korea had that, but on JP did have a refund because his skill was wrong at release. So they had refunds for everyone that summoned on the first like 2 or 3 hours or something like that. Unfortunately, I overslept and didn't summon, so I did not get the refunds. That was very sad. But yeah, Shin, as I recall, was the only character to have refunds. I don't remember anyone else that did. Yeah, and I missed out, unfortunately. I think Korea had it. I think it was only JP. Because if Korea had it, they 100% would have fixed on JP, because the Korean version is 9 hours ahead of Japanese, or 8 hours ahead, something like that. So they had like hours, you know, they would have had hours to fix it, so I don't think Korea had an issue. That happened sometimes. There was a time also that Korea had an exclusive issue that Super Awakening wasn't working. Like, even if you Super Awaken someone, the stats wouldn't work, and everyone in Korea got 50 gems compensation. JP never had that, only Korea. I wish we had that. It's so strange though, you know? Because you'd think Japanese and Korea are the same game, but they're, I guess, aren't. Because they get the same patch drops, they get like literally the same patch drops, but you know, 9 hours difference. The same content though. But some have issues that the other doesn't. Again, that Super Awakening issue took like a day for them to get the rewards and stuff, the 50 gems, so JP never had that. It took like a day for them to like fix it. 50 gems though, 50 just easy gems right there. Just for an issue that wasn't even that big of a deal. Just Super Awakening just wasn't working properly. I wish. Imagine like that's an easy multi in a bit. But, you know, when, well, like mistakes like this, right, would never happen on global, because they already have like, let's call, I guess, JP and Korea the server tests, right? They already have like months ahead to test stuff in Korea and JP, so very hard for them to have like a mistake like that happen on global, because they just import the files, right? It's not like it changes much. Only if they had like, again, a same day patch thing. And then even when, you know, Red King had that controversy, they didn't refund. It wasn't like the passive wasn't wrong, it just was weirdly worded. And it was very incomprehensible. Is that even a word? It was very difficult to comprehend how his passive worked. So people wanted refunds. I think they should have, honestly. At this point, I think that it would have been a lot of gems, yeah, but like, it was a big deal, but they didn't. That's the thing though, right? When Red King came out on JP, he had the same passive that he did on global, but I guess the Japanese players understood how his passive worked, because no one complained. And then they changed his text like multiple times on GP, but never changed what he actually did. But he just changed the text like multiple times. Until like now, I think the text on GP just says lowers half of the enemy's pierce. That's it. Believe so, because the first time he dropped, the text was like super long and just difficult to comprehend. But the effect was the same, just lowers the enemy's pierce by half. Oh, and it also lowers half of the pierce that Lilia gives to people. That's also an effect from King. Let's put pierce food, speaking of. That'll just make us beat it faster. Yeah, this is pretty chill. This is just gonna be us just beating it real quick. It's like 25 stages, just like Tower of Trials, I'm assuming. And we're already pretty deep. It's been only 10 minutes. Stages don't take that long. But yeah, of course, only after like stage 20 is when Tower of Trials actually picks up difficulty anyways. And it will be the same thing for this. Only after stage 20, we're actually gonna have some form of difficulty. But yeah, whoa, this was a boss game. It's an easy boss. That's nice. I haven't awakened Tarmiel yet. I can use that star. Of course, I did Sauriel right after the maintenance. Oh, this is the boss. I thought that was the boss. Of course, I already did Sauriel. Sauriel is my boy. I had to. I love that unit since day one. Since he dropped, like I was like, this character is like top 3 best units in the game. So many people disagreed with me. So many people I brought up said nah. He's like maybe top 10. Nah, this man's top 3 best units in the game. Sauriel is crazy. But it's also because you wouldn't think by like just reading that his card does triple crit chance that he would be that strong, right? But it's just having a crit every single hit and its multiple hits is just a very big deal. His single target though is very wonky sometimes. Sauriel's single target, sometimes if he doesn't crit any of the hits, can be like very wonky, but majority of the time he'll hit pretty hard. But sometimes when like you do his single target and you don't crit any of the hits, is very sad. It's just a very sad situation. When he crits all of them though, it's like easy 300, 400k on level 3. Easy. Now I love when I get triple pierce cards. It's just a very clean wash. Just this, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. Oh, there's some stages I think that they lower my attack or something, because I do way less damage than what I think I should. Like, it only shows this, but I'm pretty sure there's something else. Like, that other stage that, you know, removed my pierce entirely. Unless it shows me... I'm not really paying attention, I'll be honest. Like, these are very easy. I'm just doing them while I'm talking and not really paying attention, unless it's showing. Ah, didn't kill. I should have a single target with I was gonna say target. With Rugal. Should have single targeted. Unlucky. That's fine. That's fine. He only hits once, I believe. Oh, twice. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, just bring, like, at this point, I mean, if you don't have Lilia, that means you're new to the game, because Lilia has been on so many banners. If you just have Lilia and Blue Demon Melee, that's it. Just bring Hauser or something. Shin, if you have him. And this is just easy. Okay, I mean, once we get to the bigger bosses, then we might have some sort of non-killing and truth returns, but so far so good. Again, the rewards are pretty neat. I hate that. Why can't the game just be a little faster, you know? Just let me pick the card already. And the stage is done. Speaking of, I believe season 4 of 7 Deadly Sins should have started broadcasting already. I don't I don't know. Let me actually look at 7 Deadly Sins. Release 2021. No. Oh, yeah. Has it come out? It was supposed to come out a few days ago, wasn't it? 7 Deadly Sins Season 4. August 6th. Oh yeah, it was delayed from August 6th, right? That was the initial delay. That was the initial day plan. It was August 6th. And then oh, it's coming out in tomorrow. Oh, fuck. I hope it's looking good. Because I mean, I've said this many times. When I read the manga, 7 Deadly Sins, like, from the point where Meliodas and Escanor fight on, is like one of the best stories I've ever read. It's so entertaining. Like, it doesn't have much depth. I would say like other stories like Naruto or like other stories or Attack on Titan, but it's so freaking fun. 7 Deadly Sins is so freaking fun. The fights are so good. Escanor makes it so good, and then like the arc, especially Lucio, makes it so good. The villains are so good. That I was really sad when like I was laughing like everyone of how bad the animation was, but I was honestly very sad too. That the animation was bad for season 3, because genuinely one of the best like story experiences I ever had was 7 Deadly Sins manga. It's so freaking good until a certain point, and then it becomes pretty trash. But I think like everyone considers a specific point should be the end of the manga, and then it starts going on this weird route that no one cares about. But God, it's so entertaining, so freaking entertaining. All the main characters have like an uprising. King went from being my least favorite sin to my second favorite sin. Crazy, actually crazy. Ah, it's so good. Really hope season 4 looks good, man. Especially because they teased the best fight in the manga in the trailer, and I really hope it looks good. I'm really trying to like jump through hoops to not spoil. But yeah, Escanor has, of course, the best freaking moments ever. One of his favorite moments already happened on season 3, and I think not that many people probably like realize how good it was because of the shitty animation. But when he meets Ludociel for the first time, it's probably my favorite moment in the whole manga. Cause he jumps, he's so extra. Ludociel is flying because he's an angel. And Escanor jumps on top of a roof just to be above him. Just to say, I'm not gonna be looked down by anyone. It's so good. That's why I love Escanor, man. He's just so extra. I've been rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh! And Escanor reminds me of Kaiba, but of course less. Kaiba is an extra level of arrogant, but it just makes the character. It makes the story entertaining, just seeing these arrogant characters. Oh, this stage, I definitely don't have gears in this stage. See that? Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh!, rewatching it has been a crazy good experience. Especially, I'm rewatching dubbed, because then I can watch while playing stuff, because I just hear it. And Kaiba is just the most entertaining character to ever exist. He's an absolute dick, but he's so entertaining. Unlucky cards. And that's what matters, and in the story, that's what matters is to be entertained. But yeah, if you've never watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Like the whole thing, I definitely recommend. But watch it subbed. I'm only watching it dubbed because I'm rewatching it. I've already watched it subbed. I definitely recommend watching it subbed because there's a specific moment that subbed is 100 times better. Still good in dub though. I think old anime actually are like, especially old anime like Dragon Ball. I think dubbed actually is pretty decent. I've never watched Seven Deadly Sins dubbed. I've seen like clips. I never watched the whole thing dubbed. I don't think I will. But. Oh, the main one can't be taken off. Yeah, this stage I had terrible luck with cards. Terrible luck. So many healing cards. And now he's sealed my freaking Rugal. Come on. If Melee didn't have his passive of not being able to be sealed unless he has full ult gauge. Remember when that passive came out and so many people were like, ah, that passive is not even that good. Like Lamau just cleanse, because at the time cleansing was like what everyone did, because Kingbrim was still like the most like bestest team. The meta, the cream of the crop was Kingbrim. So everyone ran King. And I believe, didn't Blue DML come out before Lilia? Let me take a look. Or was it the opposite? Remember, one came out, and they were like, okay, that's weird. And then the other came out the week after, we're like, oh, okay, that's why. Because the release date for them was like one after. JP, rarely. It's really rare for JP to drop 2 banners back to back, week after week. It's super rare. And this is one of the times that they did. Yeah, Lilia came out first, and then Dionelli. And we're like, yeah, that's weird. Why did this character come out? This Lilia character is good, but like, okay. And then Blue DML came out, and then, oh, alright. People tested. Okay, Lilia plus DML, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because the global release schedule was different. Valencia came out first, because they knew double DML plus Lilia was the strongest combo to ever have been created. Like, you have to like have played when Lilia and DML came out to really understand how strong that was, because you think, oh, that's pretty strong now, but there was no counter. Like, there was zero counter to Blue DML plus Lilia. So what people did was they just used Lilia, Blue DML Hauser, and they one-turned everything for like 2 weeks? No, a month. It took them a month, or 3 weeks. 3 weeks to release Valenti on JP. So for a straight 3 weeks, PvP was 100% unplayable if you didn't have Lily DML. Like, yeah, you can say, well, yeah, when Lost Fame came out, PvP was unplayable if they didn't have him. Yeah, it was annoying to face him, but I'm telling you, there was no worse feeling than getting one-turned every single match. You had no chance. You just had actually no chance of just playing the game. And then Valencia came out. And then she kind of countered him. Kind of, like she put like a shutdown. And then Red King came out. Wow, 2 months later actually. But yeah, there was nothing that can even compare to Blue DML release on JP. That was the strongest character to ever have come out. And Global was like, okay, let's not do that. It's not, for a good reason. I'm telling you, I mean, everyone would have pulled from Blue DML, of course, because everyone would have already known. But still, there was no reason to play the game if it didn't happen. It was actually sad. I did. I got decently lucky. At the time, I was semi free to play. I would buy like the monthly and weekly pack, and I would never go like over like 300 gems in the banner. I did do like a few motes in his banner and pulled them. Back when we only won 6 characters. Those times were good. Those times were good. Back before Global came out and the game actually became competitive. Because before Global came out, everyone was just 1/6 characters. No one was 6/6 characters. That was like, whoa, you got more than 3 dupes of a character. You're a huge whale. You're Kraken. You're I was like, what's happening? What? There's no character. What is this? Oh, okay. Why was there no character in the screen? That was supposed to be Camilla there, right? That was weird. But if you got like 3-4 dupes of a character, you are cracking. You are a huge omega whale. These days, if you're a YouTuber and you don't have a character 6-6, you're just trash. It's sad. It's so sad. It's okay though. Wow, this Camilla just got beaten, huh? Just like she's in PvP. Can you believe when she came out, I said she wasn't good and people were very angry at me? They gave her for free on Global because she's bad. People were so angry at me because I gave her a fair evaluation and not because of her big breasts. It's crazy. I mean, yeah, she's like the hottest OC. Is she? I think Evil Lilia. Definitely take, or maybe Shin. If we're being really fair, Shin definitely competes to being the hottest OC. But I think like Roxy, Evil Lilia, or Camilla are like in the talks for like the female side. And like, yeah, she's super hot, but she's not a good unit. Just because transformations suck. Unfortunately. They did 2 transformation units, they saw that it was bad and never did it again. I mean, I hope they bring back transformation units, but just make it good. They need to, they 100% will. I mean, not for a while, but they 100 billion% will redo the one Escanor as a regular Escanor that transfers into the one. 100% they will. Not now, it probably will take like at least like a year or 2 for them to do that, but it will happen. 100% will happen. But again, not for like a year or 2. That would be one of the, like, not even close to like first transformation characters that we're gonna see out of the 7 Deadly Sins characters, because no 7 Deadly Sins characters has a transformation unit. The only 2 we have is Aaron, which is an Attack on Titan character, and Camilla, which is an original character from Netmarble. It's not a 7 Deadly Sins character. So they haven't tipped their toes in the water for 7 Deadly Sins character transformations yet. But I think the one is gonna happen. Base Asker's, the one is 100% gonna be a transformation character. But if they do that, he needs to like transform and stun everyone or something like that. Because full heal is cool and all, but it just isn't enough. And you can tell it isn't enough because no one uses transformation characters. No one in like champions use transformation characters and have like a good win rate. Because it just isn't good. Although, I've been thinking of retrying to use Camilla and Aaron. Camilla especially, because with Assault Melee, Camilla's ultimate removes buffs on all enemies, right? So if you get her ultimate, you do remove Melee's like full buffs, Assault Melee. So that would be pretty dope actually. I should try that out. Just it won't be like the most effective thing. You can just use Sauriel and have 100 billion times easier time beating Assault Melee than forcing Camilla's ultimate to remove Melee's buffs, but still. And stun isn't so bad. The stun card is actually pretty good. There's I even forgot what her other card is, which is untransformed. Isn't it a lifesteal? Let me actually look that up. I think it's lifesteal AoE. Camilla. Yeah, it's lifesteal. Same card as Bond. Yeah, the first card, stun, is actually not that bad. But yeah, removes debuffs from allies and buffs from enemies. So you remove the debuffs that Assault Melee, does to you, and remove the buffs that he gives you himself. So that's pretty nice. But that's like, if you're gonna force an ultimate, you might as well force like Lost Vein, and then just wipe out the whole enemy team. That's why these transformation characters don't work. Because putting it as an ultimate, you're just disabling yourself from getting like easy access to a one-shot potential like type ultimate, right? That's why transformations didn't work. Well, we're almost done. This was a clean run. Again, recommend Lilia, Bloodina, Melee, and like Shin or Hauser, whatever you have that's an AoE. Why does her face look like that? Am I seeing things, or does her face look a little bit weird? I must be like seeing things. Yeah, it looks normal. I thought it was a little bit weird on that. It's not a cutscene, but the thing that shows the power level. Yeah, but Awakened Lilia, or Evil Lilia, I think is the hottest OC. I think there is a case to be made. Awakened Lilia, and then I'll have to go for my preferences. I like blondes these days. So Roxy, and then Camilla. Or then Shen. Have to really think about that one. Can I just go? Thank you. Arigato. Yeah. Compare this to like Tower of Trial. Stage 24 of the current Tower of Trial is probably one of the hardest stages ever in the game, ever made in the game. And then compared to this, like, yeah, there's not even comparison. Like the last stage of Tower of Trial is 300,000 CC, which you physically cannot get. You physically cannot get to like 200,000 CC, but here's 200,000. Oh, I didn't know it was a single target boss. So, again, it's been like September since this boss came out in JP. But yeah, like I don't think there's discussion. I think she is the hottest. I don't think. I mean, you can have your personal preference, but let's be objective here, okay? Let's be objective here. I mean, I guess if you want to do like a single target character, you can take off Rugal and put like Zeldris if you want. But it's not like we're having issues with the AoE characters. She does heal. Oh yeah, her skill is not the same as the actual unit. Because of course that attack was an AoE attack. On the actual unit, not on the boss. Pretty much done here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here for half an hour with me. Just seeing me absolutely stomp this stage. It's been a pleasure. Talking about random stuff. I like to talk about random stuff. Especially because, you know, don't do that too much on my videos because I don't have time to. When I make a showcase, it's like, let's talk about how good the character is. When I mean, some people appreciate when I, you know, deviate and talk about random stuff, but some people don't. I get very sad when I see some mean comments. Alright. We're done. Let's get the reward. Yeah. I take the Super Awakening coins. Very much take that. Alright. Thank you guys for watching, and that's it. Good luck beating him.